Is that not why you were late? I assumed you were late because you were watching football.
No, I was at the gym. Hello, welcome
Ooh,
to Heroes of
off to the
Handheld,
gym,
episode
were we?
223 of the podcast dedicated to handheld gaming. So we cover things such as PlayStation Vitas, the PSP, the N-Gage, the Ouya, the Nintendo Switch, the DS, DSi, the 3DS, 3DS XL, the 2DS, your iPhone, your Samsung device, and your Google Pixel, if anyone's got one of those. Your BlackBerry, I think they're still a thing. The remake of the Nokia 3310, which had Snake on it, which came out a couple of years ago. Dead keen on that. But we're here to cover everything handheld gaming, and I'm Colin, one of your hosts, and I'm joined by the man in the big L. It's Chris.
So is going to the gym a legit excuse to be late for the podcast?
Yeah.
Because but you can control when you come back from the gym.
Yes, but I hadn't had my dinner. I had to have some dinner.
Or did you?
Yes.
You literally text me in the middle of the day today saying be on at 8 o'clock sharp.
I never said sharp. There was no sharp in that message.
You implied sharpness. But what I don't understand is why you didn't just leave the gym in time to do it.
Because I got no, it wasn't the gym. It was a class. So
I should be on bang on 8.
Here we are. I didn't say bang on. I never say bang on.
I quoteth. I will show the cameras.
Circa 2018.
Can you see this?
Oh my god!
Stop talking. There it says I should be on bang on 8.
I'm shocked and appalled that I would say bang on. It seems like the talk from Love Island is rubbing off on me. But can we firstly say, are you liking all the gifts I'm sending you on Pokemon Go with the new trading and friends feature?
Yeah, let's get straight in, Colin. Let's get straight.
I'm really enjoying this update on Pokemon Go. I actually am really digging it. I like the fact you can send gifts. It's quite nice that I can see where you've been.
We should clarify gifts with a T, not gifts like
GIF.
Internet.
That's the right way to say it. It's GIF. Everyone knows that. The guy who GIFs said that. All true. Anyway, yeah, I'd like to. It's weird that I get confused because your name has no association with you whatsoever. I see you rolling your eyes, yeah, young man.
Yeah.
At least with me, you know it's me because it says Cole in the name. But yours is like, was it Falcon Brunch or so? What the hell is that? Yeah, because
everything I normally would take was taken.
What do you normally take?
Normally, I'd
have nowhere someone taken Enter Sound Man.
They had. They bloody had.
Why not Enter Sound Man 1, 2, 3? Come on, man. Get creative.
I mean, there is that. I could actually have a rebrand, but by the by. But yeah, I've had loads of people add me who I thought were out of the game because I've been playing for the last couple of weeks or so. I've been sort of casually getting involved in it again before the update dropped, and then suddenly everyone wants back on the journey.
It's good. It's something they should have added a long time ago, but it is nice, and you get good items from the gifts as well. It's not like rubbish stuff. Like when I first saw these gifts, I thought it's probably going to be like, I don't know, one Pinab berry or some crap like that. But no, you actually get like max revives and like hyper potions, and it's great. Really digging it. It seems like you probably have to send like about 1,000 gifts to each other to be able to trade legendaries and stuff like that. But there you go.
Yeah, it's a long way away. But yeah, it's an interesting update. And half of me is like, oh, I wish they'd added this earlier. But the other half is like, well, I wonder if it's a timed thing because it does feel just in time for summer. There's an article on Eurogamer today, but probably yesterday by the time people listen. Saying that more people played Pokemon Go in May 2018 than any time since the game's summer 2016 launch.
Wow.
And this is getting data from a website called Superdata, a numbers company.
The best data site.
Well, quite. Who reported the game made $104 million in May, which is up 174% on last year.
Wow. It's because they're finally adding some good updates, Chris.
But the thing is, this was last month, so I wonder whether this was just because of Pokemon Go, Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu being announced.
And the community days as well, I think, have helped people get more interested. Yeah, I think that's really pushing them to put more features into the game now because it's going to be linked to Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu. It was interesting, like how you add someone in the game is very similar to adding people on your Nintendo account with the friend codes. Very similar in that respect. So you'd think and hope that as we get nearer to the launch of those games, that we'll get even more lovely updates and things like that. Or maybe you can actually battle against friends and things. That would be nice because you can trade with people if you're near them. So why can't you battle them?
Yeah, I reckon that's next.
Oh, I'd love that. That'd be so good. But I'm really digging it. It's in a good place at the moment, Pokemon Go. So I'm really liking it. And they've actually announced today that they're going to be updating the missions. You know, when you get the stamps and you have to do things like, I don't know,
Oh, really?
battle in 2 raids or battle in 3 raids. They're changing it. So at the moment, if you get, I think it's 7 stamps, you get 1 stamp a day. You get the chance to catch one of the legendary birds.
Yeah.
I always forget their names. It's Zapdos, Arceus, those 3 ones. Yeah, they're updating that. So now it's going to be Snorlax who you'll be able to collect. I don't know whether it's just going to be Snorlax, but that's going to be the main one. And if you do get the Snorlax, it's going to have a unique move called Body Slam. So that's cool. It's good that they're updating it. It's a shame it couldn't be another one like a Lapras, which I still need, but it's fine.
Can I ask, Colin?
Yes.
When it comes to getting new, how gutted are you that you evolved your Magikarp before the task?
Yeah, pretty gutted.
That is I'm so glad you gave me the heads up on that because, oh boy, it's a lot of candy.
I know. Luckily, where I live, I'm right down the seafront, so there's always Magikarp spawning around there. But oh boy, it's a slog. It's a massive slog. I'm up to 200 candies at the moment, so I'm only halfway there. It's so annoying.
With the water festival that just happened, that meant there were a lot more out, didn't it?
Which is handy. Yeah. So yeah, as Pokemon Go, good place at the moment. Liking all the updates they're doing. And soon, I think it's this weekend. You know the community events that we discussed a couple of weeks ago. The first one's happening this weekend in Germany. I have to remind myself what the park is, but where you go to this park and there's going to be lures everywhere. Loads of Pokemon. There's like it's a big park you can go around. There's going to be unique Pokemon Go things happening around this park. That's happening this weekend. I'm going to find out what the name of the park is. German.
Here we go. It's in Dortmund, the Safari Zone in the city of Dortmund in Germany.
Yeah.
Just on the Pokemon Go website, PokemonGoLive.com. Yes, June 30th to July the 1st.
Yeah, so it's this weekend then. So that's cool. So there are more things coming up. I'll be interested to see what people's feedback is from there. Hopefully, it's not as big a scale as the actual Pokemon Go festival, but hopefully it goes out without a hitch. It would be nice to see.
Yeah,
right.
Okay.
So I want to talk very quickly before we get into the main game that we're going to be talking about, and I know I want to hear your thoughts. Nick, can I just quickly mention Skyrim because I'm balls deep in Skyrim and I'm loving it. And I've got to say, I found an enemy type in the game Skyrim that can literally suck a big dick because they are the worst and I hate them and they're so hard to kill. And that is that of the Shorus. They are a bug type which dwell in caves. They're normally linked to, I think they're called Fulmers, those weird goblin creatures. And they are so annoying. They can shoot you from halfway across a cave using their poison spray, and then when they come up to you, not only do they sting you and poison you, they pincer you at the same time. So if you get cornered by 2 or 3, you're dead. And they're really hard to kill because fire does nothing, swords don't do anything, arrows do nothing, poison does nothing. They are brutal and I hate them so much. And I'm going through this quest line part of the Magic Guild at the moment, and this cave is honestly going on forever and ever and ever, and I want it to end every time. I don't know if you had this with Skyrim, where when you knew enemies were coming up, or after you beat 2 really hard enemies, you'd quick save. Every 5 seconds, I'd keep quick saving. I've done that throughout this cave. Every time I kill one enemy, I'd quick save because I know there's going to be 5 more around the corner. And not only am I battling these things, I can't remember their names. You're smarter than me. You'll probably remember. There's these creatures in this cave which are robotic. They're made of bronze.
Oh yeah, oh my god, what are they called?
Something, aren't they?
Or something.
Something like that. They are also very annoying because the only thing that works on them very well is the blunt weapons you have, and they spike you constantly, and it's just very annoying. So I'm loving Skyrim, but it's annoying me very much. Anyway, Mario. Tennis Aces came out. I think something I must have sounded like "Hey Siri" because my phone literally just went into Siri mode. Weird. What What were we saying? Yeah, so Mario Aces, the tennis game from the Mario universe, came out last Friday. I purchased it through Amazon and it arrived yesterday. I haven't had the chance to play it yet because I've been playing Skyrim, but I know that you've been playing it and I'm very interested to hear your thoughts because it's the big game of the moment.
Yeah, it's really interesting actually because this feels like the first, for me, big Nintendo release kind of the year. Do you think that's fair?
I'd say so, yeah.
Like
so
this
far.
feels like the first kind of really big one. And it is a bit of a mixed bag for me because the core tennis gameplay is so good and it's so fun and it's like it's hard and it's frustrating, but it is like challenging and you feel like you have a lot of control over how things play out. And obviously, you know, sometimes you go up against people online that are just like thousands of points better than you. We'll get to that in a minute. But like the core tennis game, I mean, you know, a lot of online review places are basically saying it's a fighting game. And I think that's really true. And it's that thing that I remember talking about after I played it at Comic-Con, which is there's a kind of holding your nerve mechanic around using the slow motion that I think is really interesting to the game. And having the charge meter adds a lot of kind of bluff dynamic. And, you know, should I go for a quick point now, or should I save if I can get a guaranteed one later, or should I save it because it's useful defensively? And so the core tennis is really, really good fun. And I would say that if you enjoyed the core tennis in the demo, it definitely holds up. And if you were worried about the demo with regards to the online and how smooth it functioned, I don't know what they've done, but they've made it a lot smoother and it feels a lot better, partly because every time you play an opponent online, there's a 10-second countdown beforehand where you can see what your connection speed is like, what their connection speed is like. So you can freely disconnect at that point. You won't be docked points or anything. And it's, you know, a way of like saying, well, I want to play against someone buttery smooth. And presumably Nintendo at that point, the game is processing and adding things as well. Other stuff to say before we get into the negative, I think the different characters feel really different and really good. Like there's definitely a really interesting meta game with regards to the trick shots, with regards to different characters. It started off the weekend it came out, everyone was playing Boo online because Boo's got these wicked curvy slices, and then it got to a point where people were managing to take down, you know, I mean, not me because I'm not very good, but you know, the meta is evolving quite fast and lots of new interesting things being discovered. That's really cool. Local play is really good fun. Playing with two of you on the same Switch online is very simple and very good. And also, it's very easy to stay in a game and to play the same people again. That's the pros. I would say the cons.
Right, I've heard. Can I just say what I've heard? Regards to negatives.
I mean,
I've
apparently
heard.
we're going second-hand opinions rather than asking someone.
Well, no, I'm interested to see
Sure.
see if like this is like consensus that you've got as well. That it's disappointing that there's pretty much nothing to unlock because it's all there straight away, and also the campaign is pretty half-assed, and you can complete it in about 2 hours.
Right. So the single player is called adventure mode. I do agree with both those points. The first of all, there's nothing to unlock in terms of characters. You do unlock stages, but you unlock stages by playing the single player mode. And this is my big bugbear with the game. And a lot of people, I know, a lot of people I listen to, the same thing, because the single player is really shitty. Like it's not very fun at all because the hope was that it was going to be like a proper tenant, like really good story, or like a decent RPG or even something. But what it actually is this mishmash of mini games that kind of like hit the target type thing, boss fights, which are quite difficult, and one-on-ones versus computers. And you unlock also new rackets. You level up your character. You can only seemingly, as for me at the moment, I don't know if the changes later on, but you can only play as Mario, and you level him up. But it just seems like pointless because I never feel like I don't have enough attack power, defense power, or whatever to win. I just feel like if I've not won, it's because the game is frustrating. Because the mini games and the way that the single player is structured is so annoying. Because if you start a level, right, and you get halfway through and you think I'm not going to win this, you have to quit. You can't retry. And if you quit, you have all this dialogue at the end. It's like, wow, Mario, you weren't very good, were you? Yeah, come back when you're better. Yeah. And then you go back in again. But there's no, like, the fact that when you lose straight away, it comes back to the map screen. There's no there's no retry option. It just seems so like such an oversight, and it's so frustrating because you want to play the single player so you can unlock the levels. And the thing is, some of the single player games are just so difficult because the way that the CPU is structured to play against is it's either like the difficulty really swings between, oh, this is an easy game of tennis, or this game is literally impossible. And like, I know people have finished it in 2 hours, but I just find that the difficulty and the quality is so weird. And this actually, this relates to something I want to talk about with regards to the way that local play works, because on the local play, if I was playing against you, Colin, right?
Yeah.
Tell you what, you haven't played this game locally, presumably.
No, not yet.
Right. If me and you were going to play a game, sit on my sofa, let's play a game. Take me through what you think, in terms of a sports game, how you think the steps would go before we're playing the game.
The steps before, do you mean choosing your character?
Yeah, all of that. So we've connected the controllers.
I assume it would be similar to Mario Kart, where you see a screen, you get to choose your character, then you can choose your racket or whatever, what they're wearing. Then you go into the court, then it's just a split screen, maybe down the middle. So one screen at the top, one screen at the bottom, and a good time is had by all. Right,
so here's how it actually works. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to grab my Switch right now. It's just on my bed.
Okay. What's this making me sad?
Here's the thing.
Well, hopes for this. I was really excited for the adventure mode. I thought it'd be great. We laughed. We shared stories about what we were hoping.
Don't be sad just yet, Colin, because I think it might be okay in the end. Right, I'm turning the game on right now. Okay. And I'm going into local 2-player. I'm pressing L&R to start. I'm doing 3-play. There's 2 of us. Let's go single console play. So the first thing you do is you can connect the controllers. I mean, I guess that's fair enough.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Beautiful. And you can play it with single Joy-Cons. Very cool.
Very nice. Very good.
So you pick your things, and it comes up with the screen. It says select character, and then it says press +- to change the rules. So at this point, you can change the rules.
# break the rules. Yeah.
You can change it to singles, doubles, whatever. You can change the difficulty if you're playing against computers. You can change the play style with regards to simple, standard, or beginner. You can change the play time, but you can change the core. But here's where it gets weird, because you can either have it as all, you can have it as custom, which is where you go through and do like a set playlist, which is really weird. Like you can have it toggle between a bunch of them with hazards and whatever. Or you can do stadium only, so no hazards. You can also toggle KO lost, KO out. You go into select your characters, Mario vs Luigi, whatever, that's fine, let's go. Right. And then it's straight in. So if you want to do traditional tennis with like sets and games and matches, as far as I can tell, that's not an option. You just play the tiebreaker mode. If you want to change the court later on, you're out of luck. You can't. It's so like
limited. That's so strange.
And the thing is, it's not limited in the sense that the options are there, but they're just so like not where you would expect them to be. That it really throws people off. And a lot of people initially were like, wow, it's stupid. You can't pick what court you want to play. But actually, you can pick the court, but you don't pick the court. You just don't pick the court you don't want to play, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, I've heard people saying about this. Yeah, you have to deselect ones, don't you, rather than...
It's so weird. Crazy. And the other thing that I think is a real missed opportunity, me and you, let's play online.
Yeah.
Let's have a game. That'd be great. Let's do doubles. Yeah, that'd be fun. Me and you. But what you can't do is me and you can't team up online and take on other teams doubled up online. We can go into doubles mode and hope that we get dished out together, but we can't just like say, oh yeah, let's do it. We also can't do a tournament. If me and you were sat on the sofa and we were like, yeah, let's do doubles online, can't do that. If you've got a bunch of mates over and you want to do a tournament offline, I mean, you could do it with pens and paper, but you can't do it in the game. And that's what the thing is. The core gameplay is so good and so fun. It just seems a shame that like the packaging that it's dressed up in is just it's a real missed opportunity. And my hope is that a lot of people comparing this to ARMS, and ARMS started in a similar way and ended up being patched and improved and is now a much better experience. Yeah. And I really, really hope and pray that is what Nintendo and Camelot do with this game. Because at the moment, like, I thought this would be the game that lasted me maybe not till winter, but certainly till kind of September, October. But actually, as it stands, it's like I'll play it with friends. I'll play it like online a bit, but what I won't do is give it the hours and hours that it deserves, and it kind of needs to master, because the adventure mode is just so warped, and the fact that you have to unlock levels by playing them in adventure mode is so annoying.
I guess that's a way of encouraging people to actually try the adventure mode than going straight online. It sounds very cumbersome and not very user friendly. Really.
But the problem is, it's user
especially
friendly
for a sport game.
And the thing is, I don't want to put people off the actual core tennis play, because the tennis is so good and so fun, and like slow motion's great. You've got all these like variety of shots. You've got the meta that's kind of quickly evolving. But what I would say is, if you played the demo, you probably for now played the best parts of this game.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I enjoyed the demo very much, but I was very interested in the adventure mode. It just sounds a bit of a mess, really. Like, they focus more on making the gameplay unique and not just your normal tennis game with the power shots and the star moves and things like that. That they forgot the basics and what people want from a co-op experience with this.
It's just it's so weird. Like, I don't understand how it's got this far, unless they got to the last month and were rushed to put something through. But
hopefully they'll get patches. Hopefully they can update it. I mean, they have got the ability to do that, and I'm sure if there is enough of an outcry, I'm sure this is sold well. And I'm sure, and I mean, those complaints that I said about you've flagged all of them, so it seems like it's not just yourself who's noticed it. And I'm sure those things are easily fixed, especially with the when you're playing with friends online or whatever. But that's what's going to keep people coming back to it. Being able to play it with friends and family or going online. It's obviously not the adventure mode that people are going to keep coming back to. So they need to make sure it's actually tight to make sure that people will stick with it.
Yeah, I really think it will, because so many, like, every review, and I was reading like reviews I was, devouring them on Friday and Thursday, and every review I saw was of that same vein and was asking for quality of life improvements. And I do think there's a great game. It's like, it's not unlike, Colin. I would say it's not unlike Kit Kat Peanut Butter Chunky, where the core bit is really great, but the outside is just, could be better.
I have to say, like, I really want to get one of those pouches of little mini Kit Kats which have got peanut butter in. But I've really, over the past few years, I really have grown to love peanut butter. Before I wasn't too bothered, but now can't do any wrong. I love a Reese's cup. I do love a Reese's cup.
I don't like Reese's cups because I don't really like the chocolate.
You're dead to me then, aren't you?
Yeah.
So what's this about? So Labo is a thing that came and went, and it seems like it hasn't done that well. I mean, I don't know whether it's done well in Japan or whatever.
It did really well in Japan. It outsold God of War.
What? It's outsold God of War. Are you serious?
Yeah, mad, isn't it?
Going on. So I'm looking at this video here of the Toy-Con motorbike handlebars, which you can use with Labo and use it in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So this is a thing, apparently. It looks like, but sure, I'm just looking at this this cardboard design that you can create from Nintendo Labo and use on Mario Kart. But surely that's more like motorbike handlebars, isn't it, rather than a car?
Yeah, but I think it's designed to be used with the motorbikes.
Yeah, actually, Mario Kart. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I was gonna say, because if that's for a car, it makes no sense.
This is from Nintendo of America on Twitter. The Toy-Con motorbike handlebars are now compatible with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Nintendo Switch. You have to own both items. It does look quite cool, and I think this is really interesting, because if they can bring this type of Labo expansion into other games, I think it could be really good, especially for tennis rackets, for example, in the swing mode in Mario Tennis Aces. Mario Kart, obviously, I think something like Pikmin could really delve from this. Also, Animal Crossing, when that comes out, if it comes out. Yeah, have hopes. Maybe Pokemon as well, something to do with Pokeballs. I just thought this was an interesting thing. And it's
maybe you get a sword. Maybe get a sword one and use it in Skyrim.
Sword and Shield. Yeah.
Oh, I just thought at the end of this week we've got Insane Trilogy out on Friday.
Is that not already out?
No, it's out on Friday.
Oh, cool.
30th. So dead keen on that. I think I'll probably buy that depending on the price, I'll probably buy that as soon as it comes out.
Yeah.
Keen, dead keen. Cool, this is good. Yeah, I like the idea. I mean, Nintendo Labo wasn't really something that either of us were that interested in, and I think it sort of confused a lot of people especially in Western countries, in America and over here, as to why the hell they were bothering with this. But I think if they can incorporate it into other games that are already popular, then that's maybe the way forward for it, rather than having it as like a standalone product. I mean, I like the idea of playing a Mario Kart and, yeah, as you said, Mario Aces, and I'm sure there's games coming up in the future that it can be used for as well. I guess it's finding the balance of making sure games that use it are also aimed at kids as well, or that kids can play. It's probably not worth having it for a game that's involves, like Outlast or something like that. With a flashlight or whatever. So it has to be aimed at the kids. So yeah, it's good. I'm liking it. I like this. I like the idea. So it's good.
Yeah, I think it's a good move. Makes sense, doesn't it? And it's kind of nice to see them supporting Labo post-release as well.
So I like how Microsoft and Nintendo are best buds with Minecraft, and Minecraft is still the game that keeps on giving. Honestly, will Minecraft ever die? Will there ever be a Minecraft 2? That's the question. Is that ever going to happen? I don't think so.
What's the point?
Yeah.
Like, why not just add more to Minecraft 1?
Add more skins into Minecraft and you can dress up as people from Dragon Ball Z and then people are happy. But you can now play Minecraft on Nintendo Switch and you can cross-play with your friends on Xbox One, Windows 10 and mobile. Where's Sony, I hear you ask? Good question indeed. Good question indeed. So that's cool. That's actually really cool, actually. I love this whole cross-play idea. Minecraft just seems like the right game for it because it's got such a huge fan base. So many people own it. Even if you don't play it, chances are you own it somewhere. I don't play Minecraft at the moment, but I own it on my PlayStation Vita.
Yeah, it's been kind of fun as well seeing this this game come out and then having Nintendo and Microsoft like talk about it on Twitter and like be like, hey, want to play some Minecraft? Lol, yeah, let's do it. Lol.
You come in, Sony. Oh wait.
Yeah, exactly. It's really like, and there was a thing today which we haven't put in this because it's not really within our sort of jurisdiction. But one of the Sony execs was like, "Yes, we are looking at this. We're trying to find a way to make it work for everyone involved." But we'll see what actually happens.
I do like this trailer that Nintendo put on YouTube where at the end they've got a screen. Half of it's green, obviously representing Xbox, and the other half is red, representing Nintendo. And like the words change, got to create together, explore together, survive together. I just like that whole together staying there. It's just nice. So nice. Why can't all these gaming companies just get along?
I know it's such a shame, isn't it? But I think it will. I hope it will happen, even if it doesn't go between Xbox and PlayStation. It'd be great if it just went like between PlayStation and Nintendo, or
yeah.
But then Minecraft is a Microsoft-owned property now, so I don't know whether that would happen in the same way.
Yeah, I forgot that Microsoft owned that. God, gosh.
Let's do the last bit of news.
Tell me about Shapes and Beats.
Yeah, so Shapes and Beats came out this week. It's a puzzle music game for Switch. By the accounts, it's pretty good. I've not played it. It's also out on Steam as well. But they tweeted that they are doing this week 30% of our profit, or their profits, from selling Shapes and Beats will go to charity because one of the developers' nephews is in a bit of trouble, medical trouble. French, the Just Giving is also all in French. GoFundMe is also all in French. I don't understand it, but 30% of their profit will go towards helping out sick children. So, if you're interested in this game, buy it in this week because going to help the kids. I think that's quite a good move from them. Like especially on their week of release as well.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's good when you see games, helping. Join together for a good cause.
Yeah,
look. So they raised $13,714 of their $28,000 goal, and that's been raised by 257 people in 16 days. We should probably put a link to this in the article so people can
we will do.
Good, cool. Right, so I think we should move on. So as we discussed last week or the week before, we're putting group chat to bed for a little bit, letting it have a little rest. And we're going to do a new feature. And I think a feature that I like the idea of is our demo of the week. But I really like...
It really needs a better name than demo of the week.
You've already come up with a great name, and you have, because I've just seen it in the old...
Say it! Say the name! Oh, Colin, did you get my...
Demo memo.
Very good.
That's quite good. That is actually nice. It's cute. So what we'll do is, I don't know whether we should alternate. Maybe rather than both of us, because chances we might do the same demo. We alternate each week. We'll download a demo from the Nintendo Switch, the eShop. We'll give it a go and give our reports back on it. I know there's quite a few cool demos actually on the Switch store at the moment, so that'll be fun checking those out. We will play one. We will give our thoughts, and whether we're interested in purchasing the game, we'll give our positive thoughts, our negative thoughts, overall review. Just from the brief gameplay that we get. I'm going to start this off because I've been playing the demo for Uno on my Nintendo Switch. And
Uno, like the party game Uno?
Yeah, Uno, the game with the cards and the colors and the wild cards and the reverse.
+4.
It's actually really, really fun. It's on Nintendo Switch. The demo, you get to play 3 games on there against just computer. There's 4 players, and I used to really like Uno back in the day, and it's pretty much the full experience. It looks great. You got your deck of cards, and then it goes round. Then people can do reverse, or they can do draw 2 cards. For anyone who doesn't know, Uno, you start off with a set of cards, and you've got to be the person who gets rid of all their cards first. And when you're down to 1 card, you have to say Uno, but you can be challenged. Uno, and it's a lot of fun. I had a version of Uno years ago where it was a card machine. You put the cards in and you push a button, and every now and then it'll throw cards at you, spit cards at you. And that actually added a new dimension to it. But this Switch version is really nice. It looks great. It's really calming. It's like got a red background. The music's really cool. It's actually quite not intense, but you really do get into it as well because it's quite fast paced. There's no like people thinking about what their cards are going to draw. You got a certain amount of time to put your card down, and then it's straight on. It can be really frustrating when you're down to like your last 3 cards, and you keep getting people doing reverse cards, so it goes past you, or skip a go. It's really frustrating, but I've really been enjoying it, and I don't know how much the full game is. I think it's probably around about 20 quid, which maybe is a bit on the steep side for, it doesn't really offer much outside of you're just playing Uno. That's it. But, if it's you want to play with friends and family, you can play it online, which would be probably a lot of fun, playing with people online, with friends. Definitely worth it. So that's Uno, and the demo is available on the store, so if you want to check it out, try the demo first and just realize how great Uno is. Remember all those car journeys, all those plane journeys, all those boring days at the beach or by the pool when you're on holiday and you wanted something to do. You'd whip out the Uno cards and just have a great time.
And I do feel like as well that a really good board game, video game can do a lot to replace the actual board game. Because when we had Monopoly on the PlayStation 3 when I was a student, and when we owned Monopoly boards, but never got them out because it was so much more convenient to play it on the PlayStation. Because does the maths for you.
The cash you have to put away. Yeah, it's definitely much easier having it on a screen where it's all virtual. I'll agree with that.
Next week, Colin, I'm going to give you a sneak preview because I'll do next week. We're going to be talking about the newly released in Europe demo. Get your demo memo for next week's Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. So have a play at home. Let us know what you think. How can people get in touch, Colin?
They can email us, heroesofhandheld@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is @handheldpodcast. You can use the hashtag Heroes of Handheld. Let's make that a thing. Hashtag Heroes of Handheld. Woo! We're on Google+, we're on Facebook. If you just Google Heroes of Handheld, our details will come up. You can even check out our website, heroesofhandheld.wordpress.com. If you want to listen back to any of our old episodes, going back to about 2013, you can find them all listed there. Giraffe Passes is my personal favorite. Definitely check that one out. You can also contact us through our website as well by going to the Contact Us page, filling out the form, and that will come directly to us. We'd love to hear your thoughts, whether you're enjoying Mario Aces, whether you're not enjoying it. We've had a few people tweet us, actually, and the consensus is a bit negative towards it at the moment. A few people a bit disappointed. So you do hope that there will be some updates in the future. But next week, I'll be able to talk about it because I'll finally rip off the plastic, put the cartridge in my mouth, realize how disgusting it is, then shove it in my Switch and have a merry old time.
We should play online because I'd like to see how simple it is to set up playing with friends over the internet.
And also who's got the better internet connection. That'd be fun as well.
Well, also I will definitely win because I am Roger Federer. You have,
yeah. Well, and also I'm absolutely terrible at it and I lost pretty much all my games, but we'll see. My determination to be Waluigi all the time really is biting me in the arse, I must say, because he's crap. Anyway, thank you for listening, everybody. We're back next week, same time, same place. Enjoy the Insane Trilogy out this week. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Pregnant pause.